My presentation has one goal today, which is to change the perspective that people have of the Haitian market. When you hear Haiti, a lot of people just think about the poverty and the negative aspects about the country. So my entire presentation will be based on a lot of facts and pictures from the mission to actually show you what is there and what is available to you. So this is just an outline of the presentation that I'll be sharing with you all today. It's a lot of information and I have the tendency to talk very fast. So please, if I'm talking fast, please just let me know. Right? And I think this is the perception that a lot of people have about the market. What I want to tell you all the pictures in my presentation are pictures I took from the market, but I want you all to see what the reality of the market is, and I want you all to see the good side of the market, because I don't think people know that there's a good side of the market. Everything that you said with respect to the population, and there are two sides, the rich and the poor. We just need to understand which side of the market that we want to target, and you can see there's a whole new side of Haiti to do business. And that is exactly what I wanted to highlight. But I want to start with what people think the market is alone, and then go into changing that mindset. All right? So I think one thing that we should start with is understanding the political environment and the economic environment in Haiti. So we'll start with some of the economic information. Just to just put things into perspective for you. So the GDP per capita, which is for $846. Right? I want everyone to understand. So the GDP per capita is an indicator that is used to compare countries. So it's an excellent indicator to compare countries. And if the GDP per capita is increasing, they said that the productivity within the country is increasing. So it's good to understand, yes, that's the figure for 2014, but we should understand what is happening. Is the country improving at all? Is the country still at a standstill since the earthquake? So this graph is a graph that I took from World Bank. Yes, the GDP has been fluctuating, the GDP per capita has been fluctuating, but let's look at the figure. The last figure on this graph is $819. And this is US dollars in 2013. However, the 2014 figure, it's been increasing, so productivity and production has been taking place within the country. GDP per capita is calculated by the output divided by the population. So they are doing something. Production is taking place within the country. Yes, it's not where we would like it to be yet, but can anybody tell me what's the GDP per capita of Trinidad? No? That is the GDP per capita of Trinidad. In case you all are not seeing it, it's $32,100. So if we compare that to Haiti, you can see the big difference. So of course it's not where we want it to be yet, but they are making steps and they are making strides towards development.
Vincent?
Yes?
Yeah. Those are TT, right? So that would be about 5,000 US?
No, these figures are US figures.
32?
Yes. Yes. Those are US figures from World Bank. Yes. Another indicator, with the exception of the economic information, a lot of exporters look at the population. And people would look at population and be like, 10 million, it's a lot. So the population is 10 million. However, I want to put things into perspective. Are we going to sell to the entire 10 million? Is it that the 10 million have the purchasing power to buy? So that is something we need to look at. And as you said, the market is segmented. We have 80% of the population that is poor or low income, and we have 20% of the population that is high income and has the money to actually buy and purchase. And this is the side of the market I think people are not aware of. So if we look at 20% of 10 million, that is, let's say, good at maths, if you say 2 million. What is the population of Trinidad? All right, so we'll say 1.2, 1.3. So if we're looking at the sector that we can target, the people with the money that we can sell to, it's bigger than the population in Trinidad. And I think we never put things into perspective into the Haitian markets. Probably that's why we never looked at the market. Yes, you can see the level of poverty and the level of unemployment, but we have that segment of the market with the purchasing power. And that is something that I wanted to highlight for you all here today. The inflation, they have very low inflation, but in a country that has a trade deficit where they import a lot, The problem with that inflation figure is that they can import inflation. That is a phenomenon, like, a lot of countries have high levels of inflation and they import those goods at an increased price. It can cause inflation to increase. So Haiti needs to be able to do something to reduce that import value that they have. And if we look at the sector contributions, the services sector is their main sector that contributes to their GDP. And that is now things with tourism, business services, commercial services, transportation services, construction services. However, one of the major hindrances to the market right now is because the level of sanitation that is going on and business procedures are a major hindrance. Agriculture is their second major contributor to GDP. They grow a lot of products. However, because of the lack of mechanization in their agricultural processes, they're not able to maximize what is being generated. I'm not too sure if you all are aware, but they're facing a drought. And if your main sector, one of your main sectors is agriculture and there's no water, of course, there will be a reduction in what you all can produce. Haiti is struggling to feed their people. If they're struggling to feed their 10 million, what will be the next step? You need to be able to import food to feed your population. So that is something that we need to look at. I think in Mr. Dedesky's presentation, you would look at the exchange rates and what is the devaluation of the exchange rate. So I wouldn't touch on that yet, right? But I just hope this economic snapshot put things into perspective for the market. Yes? We are good? We understand that there is 2 million persons in the market that have the purchasing power. Yes? Yes. Yes. So from the economic landscape, now let's take a look at the political landscape. I think Nira had mentioned a lot of it. This is a clipping from our Trinidad Express. There are 54 candidates that are going up for the presidential election for one of the least developed country in the Western Hemisphere. So, and as Nira said, it's going to take place in October. So it's to look and see what will happen. We hope it's a smooth transition. Yes, there has been some acts of violence that have been caused because of all this political campaigning, but it's not that the market is a violent market. This is just happening at this time. If you look at Haiti, since they became an independent nation, they've changed hands 22 times. So this is an important year for them. They had legislative elections this year, Mr. Dedesky, yes, and 128 parties went up for 139 positions. So it's to show you, because of the size of the market, the amount of persons that are going up. In Trinidad, we don't have that many parties that go up for elections. So it's to put things in perspective. So this year is a major year for them to see what is going to happen politically with the country. This slide. I actually did not have this slide in, but I spoke to an exporter last week. I was trying to convince the exporter to come to the seminar. So she wanted some information with regard to what the tariff, the taxes and duties for her product. So I was like, no problem, because I would like you to come and understand. I said, we have a lot of great speakers. Come and understand, learn things about the market. When I sent her the information, her first comment when she browsed the information was, Vincent, why is there a duty to go into Haiti? So that is why I needed to put in this slide. Yes, Haiti is part of CARICOM, but most importantly, it's not part right now of the CARICOM single market economy, which is the free movement of goods. This is the part where, for the members of CARICOM that are part of the single market economy, this is the market that we get duty-free access into. So, there's no preferential treatment into the Haitian market. However, Haiti is one of those markets, it's still a fair market in the sense that no country so far has duty-free access to enter. The graph on top shows, because of the HOPE Act and the HELP Act, that Haiti has preferential treatments into countries like the US. But if it's a market that is fair trade, no one has preferential treatment to enter into Haiti. Why aren't our Trinidadian manufacturers into the market? We are not disadvantaged by tariff. We're not disadvantaged by if somebody has duty-free access into the market. So this is something that I would like us to focus on and understand as well. Yes? Now, the data would be able to tell us a lot of things. At exporTT, we look at non-energy exports, and in a time like this where the oil price has been plummeting down, it's good. We need to look at new markets to see where we can increase exports and be able to help our GDP. So this is the non-energy exports from the world into Haiti. So Haiti's imports, this is Haiti imports. So if you look at the data, you can see that when compared to 2010, the imports into Haiti has increased by approximately 15%. So there's been an increased demand in what the country has been importing, which is a good sign. If a market is increasing and their demand for products are increasing, that's the time to get in the market. They are looking for products and they are demanding more. So why are we not being an alternative supplier to the market? If you look at the top supplying markets, you can see, of course, the Dominican Republic is the main supplier. It's cross-border trade. Yes, and this is followed by the United States and China. So these are the main suppliers to the market. As I indicated, these markets don't have preferential treatment into Haiti. Yes, they are big. We know the DR is a big manufacturing giant. So we need to pay attention to that. But however, we are not disadvantaged by a tariff. Yes? But this is the entire overview. But now I just want to focus on two sectors, which is the food and beverage sector. Bring things home to our friends here in the food and beverage industry. So within the food and beverage industry, compared to 2010 to 2014, there's been positive growth of 36% in the value of imports in food and beverage products into Haiti. Yes? And 50% of those food and beverage imports are supplied by the Dominican Republic. So it's just something to look at and something to understand. However, Haiti has manufacturers. They manufacture products. These are just the name of some of the manufacturers so you can understand. So Christie, M&R Lumber, they do pasta. They are a local pasta manufacturer. We have Caribbean Food Manufacturing that does cornflakes. We have Tropica that does energy drinks. So there are lots of manufacturers, and I hope that Mr. Dudesky can share with us like what is the capacity of these manufacturers. You know, if they manufacture such a large scale that they export, or if the products dominate the market. But I will answer that question as well because I've been to the trade, so I can show you like some of the products that are there. But it's good to understand that yes, they have local manufacturers, but they still import a lot of their food products. This is just a breakdown by 6-digit HS codes for some of the top products this is the top 10 products, and this top 10 products account for 86% of their total food and beverage imports. So, sweet biscuits, we have manufacturers of sweet biscuits in Trinidad. Tomato ketchup, Christy, yeah. So there are a lot of products here within this listing. Once we know your HS code, I mean this information is for the entire food and beverage category. But if you all are interested in finding out for your specific product, what the import values are, who are the supplying market, and what is the tariff to enter Haiti, my card should be in everyone's package. You all can send me a lot of work, and I'll be able to find that for you. So you'll be able to have information that is specific to your product to make a decision for the market. The construction. And I think the construction side of things is a very important market right now to Haiti. Right. So the construction, look at the growth in construction materials into the Haitian market. It's been 37% in 2014 when compared to 2010. So this is something that we need to pay attention to. Yes, the market has gone through a lot, and right now they are rebuilding. So, of course, if there's an increase in construction projects, there will be an increase in the number of construction materials that will be imported into the Haitian market. These are some of the buyers and manufacturers, within the Haitian market. They do electrical cables, they do windows and doors. So we can see that there are local manufacturers as well. I think Mr. Limke shared with me a longer list, so I can share that with you of some of the products that are manufactured locally within the market. Again, this is just a breakdown as to some of the products that are being imported by the HS codes, so you can just have an idea. This is the part where I hope to change everyone's perception if I have not done it yet with some of the data. The Haitian market is segmented already. It's segmented by those that have the money to buy and those that don't. And to me, the trade is segmented the same way. I think the Haitian, I had my perceptions of the market before the visit. I will not deny that. And I was blown away. It exceeded my expectations when I went to the market and the things that I saw. And what I understood is that because 80% of the population is this low-income population and 20% is the high-income, the trade follows that. The market adapted to meet the needs of the people, and I thought that was fantastic. So the formal trade is actually for that 20% that have the purchasing power. And I know it would differ on the strategies of our local manufacturers. Some of them may have a brand building strategy, so they may want to look at the formal trade and have their products on supermarket shelves. Some of them may have a sales strategy, so they may have it on the supermarket shelf and even on the down trade. So it's based on the strategy of the companies. This is a picture within a supermarket. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, Caribbean supermarket. Right? And this is like one lane. So I just wanted to, did you all think there were supermarkets? It reminded me of Massey. It reminded me of Massey. And this is just one. As Nirad said, I was always out on the trade. I visited Giant, Big Star, and Caribbean. The others are some supermarket that Mr. Limke shared with me. Yes? So so you all can take a look at it, see what, and if you look at some of the products on the shelf, you'll see a lot of the foreign brands. These are the supermarkets, in the supermarkets where those with that 20% that have the purchasing power, they look at premium products. They want products of high quality. They want products that can meet their needs. These are the ones that we want to sell to. Look at cereal, and you can see a lot of foreign cereal brands there. Remember, I said there's a local manufacturer cereal. It's not really there. It's not really there, and it's not at eye level on the shelves. Some of the local products, yes, there were international products and local products. However, the local products did not take that precedent on the shelf as the foreign products. With respect to peanut butter, I'll show you some pictures coming further down. These are some of the beverages and some of the sauces and condiments. Okay, so that's what things look like in the supermarkets, right? The hardware stores, to me, was fantastic as well. It reminded me of Bagwansing in Trinidad. That's what the supermarkets looked like. They were well stocked with a lot of brands, a lot of things that came from China, a lot of things that came from the Dominican Republic. These were just some PVC fittings, and then there were a lot of products. Anything you could think about, lighting fixtures, flower pots, water tanks, they had it. You know, a lot of people have the perception that the market is poor, so they don't have these things. They don't have hardware stores. The hardware stores were so well developed that all prices were quoted in US dollars. The stickers on the prices. When I took pricing, because I took a lot of pricing information, got me in trouble at times with some supermarkets, but I took pricing information to share with exporters so they can see like what the retail price is on the shelf. And I was amazed to see everything was quoted in US dollars and not in the Haitian dollar. And the supermarkets were, the hardware stores, sorry, were well laid out. Yes? These are just the ones that I visited, but I have a list of other hardware stores and distributors that I can share with you all. So, and I have contacts in the market. For those of you all who are taking part in exporTT, I'm happy to say I have a Haitian distributor in the food and beverage, and I'm working on a distributor in the construction side of things. So it's good, so we all can have business-to-business meetings with exporters. To me, this was amazing. I call it the informal trade or trade on the street. This trade on the street, to me, caters for that 80% of the population that may not be able to walk into a supermarket and fill an entire trolley of goods. So the market, that's why I said the market is so fantastic, is that it meets the needs of the people within the market. In the sense that those that don't have the money and they can buy a small quantity, they will go on the street and they will be able to buy. A day when I was in traffic, I think I was with Alexia Khan, I saw someone selling cereal. The cereal was like those big bags that we can get from Price Mart, and they were selling like a cup value of the cereal. if you don't have money and you're not that rich to be able to buy an entire trolley of goods, you can go there and what your pocket can afford is what you're able to buy on the street. Yeah? You can see, and trade is so dynamic, you can get anything. So, I don't know if you can see what is this? Yes, those are fans, furniture, there's mattress, and this picture in the end probably was not the best picture, but Digicel is one of the biggest sponsors to the market. And you'll see everyone selling something as small as it is, in small quantities under a Digicel umbrella along the streets. It can be hundreds along the street that'll be selling products. Yeah? I spoke to a distributor, and I think, Mr. Tedeschi, your presentation has the distribution channel. Yes, because I know there are some distributors who will sell to wholesalers, who would sell to persons on the street. Yes, and he was indicating that, when compared to the number of persons that I sell on the street too, compared to the supermarkets that I sell to, the trade is fantastic and the volumes are a lot. Yes, it will come down to the strategy of the companies, because some companies may not want their brand to be sold on the street because they want it to be a premium brand. But if you have an economy brand that can be sold to anyone, if the price is right, then it is a trade. It is an avenue to sell products too. And I think this is something that I wanted to highlight. Because to me, I was blown away. I saw sausages on the street. I saw toilet paper. I saw sauces and condiments. I saw everything being sold on the street. All right? So the market entry strategies. Yes, it's the basic market entry strategies. Getting a distributor. A distributor will be able to push your product. Once you have the right distributor who's selling complementary products and not products that are competitive to take away from your focus on your product, the distributor will be able to sell to the hardware stores, the supermarkets. They will be able to sell on the street, so you will get a wide spread. And Haiti is not a small market. Yes, so having the right distributor will be the one who will be able to push your product all the way through the end. Establishing an office. I met with CFI, their Center for Facilitation of Investment. They would love for Trinidadians to come and set up, because they just want to drive investment into the country. Yes, you'll be able to benefit from a lot of low-cost labor, competitively priced labor, because of the unemployment within the market. You'll be able to create employment. However, it's not a market where it is very easy to set up a business, and that's something that I want to state. Compared to other Latin American markets, it may take 30 days to set up a company. And in Haiti, it can take almost 3 times that. It's 97 days. Yes, but it's still an option. For those of you who may want to sell direct, private labeling, I went to a particular supermarket. This was Giant Supermarket, and there were private label brands on the shelves. But I just want you all to pay attention to see where the private label brands are located on the shelf. So that is the ground. That is the ground. It's not like Panama. I visited El Rey in Panama, and El Rey is one of those supermarkets that have a lot of private label, but they position the private label as a premium brand. Yes, so when you go into the supermarkets at eye level, however, in Haiti it may reach there, but at this point it's not. So the positioning of the products right now at the bottom of the shelf is something that you should pay attention to. Yeah, and I only saw it actually in Giant. I didn't see it in any of the other supermarkets that I visited. All right, so this is an important slide that I want everyone to pay attention to. These are the ports and the taxes within Haiti. The main port of entry for the container volumes, that look at the graph here, you can see 91.5% of container volumes came in at the port of Port-au-Prince. Yes? And this side here are all the carriers to the port of Port-au-Prince. However, I just want to focus to this one here in the middle, Crowley, because Crowley is our direct shipping line now from Trinidad to Haiti, and it's to the port of Port-au-Prince. A lot of the hardware store products I said came from China. The problem that some of the distributors said is that the products take very long to come from China to Haiti. If we now have a direct shipping line from Trinidad to Haiti at a 5-day transit, and we can offer a price that is competitive, why is it not possible to take share from China? I mean, and this is, with Crowley, I think that is something that we were lacking right now in the market. And now with this facility, I think we should be able to, you know, go march in there and take market share. Let's enter the market. And well, I wouldn't go too much on Crowley because Mr. Dudesky will be talking about that. But I want to talk about the taxes. And this is something, because I shared pricing information with a lot of exporters. And I want them to be able to work backwards and see if on a price point they can compete in the market. One of the things is I call it VAT, but the proper name is the TCA. I'm not sure what it stands for, right? But it's similar to VAT. It is levied on goods for sale. So that's why I call it VAT, and it's 10%. Yes? The verification fee is what it is. It's an inspection fee of 5%. And then there's the territorial collectives, which is 2% on imported goods. The tariff information, and as I indicated, yes, we pay tariff to the market. And that information, if you would like your tariff for your particular product, once you have the HS code, you can always contact me and I'll be able to tell you what the tariff is for the Haitian market. The shipping documents, we need an original signed BL and the invoice. We don't get preferential treatment, so a certificate of origin is not something that is needed. And you will require the SGS certificate, the inspection certificate. But SGS will speak about that. I don't want to take anyone's presentation, right? So once the value is over 5,000 US, you need to go through SGS for inspection. And that is something that a lot of people will not be aware of if you have never shipped to the Haitian market before. Given all that was said, I don't want it to look like the market is fantastic and there are no challenges to the market. The slides show that the Dominican Republic is the main supplier to the market, and there's a lot of cross-border trade that takes place where goods are coming in from the DR, but taxes are not levied on and tariffs are not levied on the goods that are coming in. Right? I don't want people to be scared because based on some of the information that I gathered, there was talks between Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and there are 55 out of the 59 borders. They've decided to see if they can close those borders so they can have like tighter control of goods that are coming in. So they'll be able to levy taxes on their goods. So yes, things are happening, but the government is taking steps to help us along this way. Price sensitivity. And I think everyone should be aware of this because of the poverty in the market and not everyone having the purchasing power. You should be able to competitively enter the market based on price. Yes, and those who have the purchasing power, having that long-term value, the balance between price and quality is something that would appeal to that particular customer. Port fees. The port was destroyed. The port in Port-au-Prince, part of it was destroyed during the earthquake. And they are rebuilding it right now. Let me just see. Yes. So they are actually rebuilding it. And right now they have one of the highest port charges in the Western Hemisphere. I got some information from Mr. Limke, who stated that the wharfage tax on commercial imports, it ranges from $310 for a 20-foot to $697.50 for a 45-foot container. Yeah, so they have one of the highest port charges. And last but not least, is corruption. Right? So Haiti ranked 163rd out of 177 countries. However, as you said, corruption is everywhere. Of course, if it is that you're going as a businessman into the Haitian market, there are agencies that we would recommend that you go through to assist you with this thing. We have AmCham Haiti. That can be an avenue to look forward to going through. There's the Chamber of Commerce. So there are avenues. Don't let the corruption look like something that you cannot overcome. There are agencies that are able to assist you into the market. Opportunities. These are just some opportunities based on meetings that I had. However, balancing, as I said, price and quality within the market, you can able to penetrate for any product into the market once you are able, to negotiate properly. But these are just some of the information I would have shared with exporters based on distributors I would have met and the interest in products that they would have given to me. And just finally, some general tips about the market. There are no direct flights, so you're in for some long days. Right? You either go through Panama or you can go through Miami. Ground transport. Mr. Dasky, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but to me, transportation was very expensive. Transportation was expensive. I visited 2 hardware stores and it cost 210 US. Yeah? It was a lot. It was a lot. But that's just something that you all should kind of budget for because you would like to move around and see the trade, but it's a bit expensive. There's no time difference. Communication, the code is 011509. Yes, French is the language, but I did not use a translator at all during my visit. When I was there in the supermarket trying to buy local products, so I have some samples in the corner there. You all can see some of the pasta, some of the sauces, toilet paper from the market. Sure, you all can take a look. But I tried to communicate, and some of the Haitians were English, perfect. Because I was trying to tell him, and I don't know anything in French, what was made in Haiti. And I was surprised that he was like, hey, this pasta is from Haiti. So and the business-to-business meetings did not use a translator. You had to use a translator at any time? No. So that's one good thing. Mr. Limke shared a lot of hotels for me. We stayed at the Marriott, and that's a picture of the Marriott there. The Best Western is closer to some supermarkets, like I think Giant supermarkets. For those of you who would like to go and walk the trade, it would be an excellent hotel to stay at. But I can give you a list of a lot of hotels in case you're interested. This is their transportation system. All their vehicles are painted. I thought it was fantastic. I never saw it before. And yes, they are packed in. They're packed in. So if you can look, they are packed in, and then my boy is outside there as well. So that is just some pictures within the market, and I think that is my presentation to you. I hope the presentation was able, to shed some light on things that you all did not know about the market and can change the way that you think about the market. All right? So I just want to thank you all very much.